Good evening. I'd like to call the village board meeting for the Village of Cary for November 4th, 2025 to order with roll call, please.
Collier,
Here.
Dudak,
Here.
McAlpine,
Here.
Persina,
Here.
Stefani is absent right now. Walrath,
Here.
Kownick.
I'm here. In the event that Trustee Stefani is able to join us remotely, I will at that point ask for a motion to allow him to attend. So right now, he's not present. So please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll now move to the open forum where the public is an opportunity to address the village board about issues not otherwise on the agenda. The village board welcomes public comment at these meetings. Each speaker is limited to a total of 3 minutes. Tim Collins.
My name's Tim Collins. I'm here, a resident in Cary on Montclair. My question is why none of you really pay attention to anybody here in this community that you're supposed to serve. This clearly, this community is against opening up New Haven, yet none of you don't care. You don't care. So you're okay with turning New Haven into a busy road. Why? So a bunch of developers can get their little light in, so they can have a little restaurant on a busy road with kids, dogs, families. But you don't care. You're supposed to serve us. Pay attention to all of us. Pay attention to community, but you refuse. So I'm not surprised by what you've decided to do.
Tom Gillis.
Thank you. I'm Tom Gillis. I live at 26 New Haven Drive. I've been there since 2008. I'm here not to argue anymore about all the lipstick you're going to put on the pig of a traffic plan. It'll still be a pig no matter what you do to it. But in my 84 years on planet Earth, I've made some mistakes. We've all made mistakes. But history does repeat itself. I'm looking back to 1964 when I was a young Marine sitting in a ship off the coast of a place called Vietnam. Our platoon leader said, "Any of you guys old enough to vote?" And I said, "Yeah, I am." So we went to see the battalion legal officer. He set us up to get absentee ballots. So I'm thinking to myself, who do I vote for? Lyndon Johnson is my commander-in-chief. It's my obligation to be loyal to him. And then I looked into it a little bit, and Mr. Johnson said, well, Mr. Goldwater wants to start a war. And me being gutless that I am, I said, hell, the war is going to be right where I'm at. So I voted for Lyndon Johnson. Mistake number one. Let's fast forward 60 years. Time for the local elections in Cary. Who do I vote for mayor? I didn't know the other guy at all. Mark, we met a couple times at a couple of veterans events. I thought you were a good guy. So I said, I'm going to vote for Mark Koenig for mayor. And history just repeated itself. And this is what we get out of it. Thank you very much.
Chris Rieke.
Chris Rieke, 446 Lloyd. This also, as far as listening to the people, along with what this gentleman said here about opening New Haven, We packed this room a couple times in regards to the Maplewood property, and once again, you already had your mind made up way before the purchase that you're gonna put 4- and 5-story apartment buildings there. Didn't listen to the neighborhood, don't care about the public, doesn't matter to you. Now, the big time issue is gonna be, you put that access road in, the development, and it shows for your water retainment is all going over to the corner by where Martha lives. And she goes back there, so she knows what it looks like. And eventually all that water's gonna end up over on Park Avenue, in that stream that another lake already goes to. Fact of the matter is you make that TIF, so when you flood those houses out, all of a sudden you got new room for building? Is that why you made that TIF? And one other question, what's going on with the downtown plaza? Beautiful day today, and there's nobody working? I mean, it's not even gonna get done this year. And you said, as far as taxes go, when I was at the budget meeting, because the home rule did not pass, at the budget meeting, it was said that you were gonna figure out a way to add that 1% tax without it passing through the home rule. So people, the public, they came out and voted, no home rule, but then you figured it out from there to now, how you were gonna tack on that extra 1% to tax the people, along with now the county taxes are going up because they're with that mental health tax backfired, so now they went back and it's called a look-back tax. I don't know if anybody followed that. So now everybody looks at that, they say, well, the county lied, in which they did, because that tax was supposed to be eliminated, and here they added that on. So here, we didn't want the home rule tax, and yet you went around it and you found a way to screw the people. And then one other thing, Paula talked to you a couple times, and you never did anything for her. And now recently,
All right, Chris, I'm going to ask you to wrap up your comments, please.
her concrete floor in the garage collapsed.
Thank you, Chris.
So you have no representation.
Peter Spizzirri.
Good evening, everyone. Good to see all of you again. Peter Spizzirri, 308 Sterling Circle. I'd like to say congrats and thanks to an excellent police chief, Pat Finlan. He's been an exemplary leader. With his retirement coming officially in January, I'd like to make a statement toward the hiring of the next chief. As I've said to many mayors and many trustees through the years, I'd like to strongly, perhaps emphatically, suggest that we promote from within from the Cary Police Department. We have excellent candidates in-house. In less than 3 months, Chief Finlan will be gone. These 10 weeks or so should be used, in my opinion, for transition and training rather than a search for a new chief. Due diligence is, yes, appropriate, but we have what we need in-house. For example, Deputy Chief Scott Nadenoff is an excellent, exemplary candidate in my eyes. I ask all of you to move forward and promote from within with expediency. Thank you all for your time tonight.
Thank you for your comments. Roger Hedberg. Karen Hedberg. Just to remind you, you have 3 minutes, please.
I would rather be anywhere else than right here right now. It's obvious to anyone paying attention that this entire endeavor to connect New Haven to 31 has been completely calculated and manipulated from beginning to end. It is first mentioned in the December 17th Cary newsletter. For 7 months, very careful considerations were made to avoid making the public aware of what you were up to. It does not reappear in the Cary newsletter until July 11th, 1 week before the ZPA was slated to vote on it. And in this letter, there is no mention of New Haven. To learn of that, you had to read the fine print, and all it read was the village wants the connection. It was not posted on the Telecaster or social media. Elected officials were told not to attend the open house, nor did the village staff attend. Of the 2,500 people who live in this neighborhood, 25 people attended. This was a complete failure of communication. Then there's the issue of New Haven. It was like watching a tennis match. Fred wants the road. No, the village wants the road. Back and forth. It was comical. Then I figured it out. If Fred wants the road, they have to pay for it, and all of the robust traffic calming measures, or at least you can make it appear that that is the case to the residents and work out all of that off record. But there's a deeper issue here. By tacking it onto the development, you could sneak it through by only having to inform the people who live 250 away from the development. If you had to do it independently, you have had to let everyone on New Haven know. This is highly suspect. Then Mr. Dudek cuts through the bull and gets Mr. DeRosa to confess the truth. They don't need the road to be successful. Poor Mr. DeRosa, you could tell by his body language he was forced to do a 180 a week later and reclaim, yeah, we do want the road. Again, it was comical. Then there was even bigger problems that came into play. On July 17th, the chairman of the ZPA points out how lame both the traffic study and property value assessments were, which delayed it being voted on that night. But what happened that night was the biggest concern of all. During the break, on open mic, Mr. Graziano was reported to have said, "I'm going to strangle Patrick" to Mr. Abuna, which then brought up the other issue of conflict of interest and the fact that Mr. Graziano worked for Mr. Abuna at KLOA and IDOT, and the fact that those two men talking about all of this is a violation of OMA laws. Then Mr. O'Laughlin says, "Who's KLOA?" revealing the fact that he's unaware of who completed the traffic study, which is his job to review before voting. Then it became known to the public that this video was removed and edited to exclude this portion of the public record. Isn't that against the law? I emailed this information to you prior to October 28th meeting, but I was not given the opportunity to comment because you had closed public comment on October 21st.
James Vole.
Continuing hers part that she wrote, but I was not able to read it before because I was in the ER all day with my mother. Continuing from her, which brings up another problem. When it was realized a vote was not going to be made on October 21st, public comment should not have been closed. It was a continued meeting and many issues were tabled per Mr. Dudek. Between October 21st and 28th, the application changed. They had it retailed and made other changes, therefore public comment should have been reopened or continued. On October 21st, many issues were left on the table, and upon return to 28th, it was very clear to everyone who attended that all those things that had been discussed and resolved were off the record. This is a violation of our OMA rights. Ms. McAlpine commented on relaying on experts to help her make decisions and quoted 300 cars more a day from the traffic study. It is beyond believable that you have all chosen to hide behind a manipulated, incomplete traffic study to complete your agenda. All this has been manipulated to achieve predetermined goal of turning New Haven into the new Main Street with total disregard for the people who live in this neighborhood. And if this happens, it will fundamentally change the entire area negatively, and that's on you. Plus, you didn't want 20 cars a day on your road back in '21.
Ginny Palumbo.
1387 New Haven Drive. I have two things, so I can do the alfresco Spring Street later if you want. But I'll talk about the New Haven. So I received an email from Brian Simmons stating, I'll read it. As the village board has decided upon the subject recommendation of the ZPA, no additional action will be taken by the village of Cary in regard to the complaint and request for appeal as submitted. I have the minutes from that, and what was voted upon and approved was a unidirectional. So what he wrote to me was incorrect. The ZPA did not approve both ways. They approved a unidirectional extension. I have it in writing. What are you guys trying to do? Come on, it's enough. I'm gonna bring up the alfresco. The grant that you guys are getting for that space, is that really just for 750 Kachina? Because they have that big tent and they have all that, and you're gonna get a grant for them? That, when it was originally opened, was supposed to be for the different restaurants in there, not for them to get 90% of the room.
Thank you. Is there anybody else who would like to address the village board? We'll go ahead and close open forum at 6:16. One thing on my report this evening, we are recognizing Jim Stefani from the Public Works Department. He's a 20-year employee of the Village of Cary. I'll turn it over to his fearless leader to kind of give us a little background on Jim, if you wouldn't mind.
Yep, no, not a problem. Good evening. Unfortunately, Jim was unable to attend the meeting tonight, but just a couple of words. Jim's been here for 20 years. He has a Class A water license, which is the highest license that you can get within the water department. Jim's was an instrumental part in our lead service line replacement program that we went through this year, organizing, getting the addresses and going through files to make sure that we had the addresses that we needed to replace, as well as keeping that organized throughout the duration of phase 1 and phase 2 of that project. So I just want to congratulate Jim on 20 years with the department.
Thank you very much, Director Noonan. Moving forward with the rest of the agenda, I will entertain a motion to approve consent agenda items A through G as shown on the village's website and is displayed on the video monitor during the village board meeting.
So moved. Second.
Roll call, please.
Prusina,
Yes.
McAlpine,
Yes.
Collier,
Yes.
Dudak,
Yes.
Walworth.
Yes.
Thank you. And just for the, yes, Trustee Stefani has not joined us. Okay, thank you. And for our one item on our items for separate action, we will, I will entertain a motion to approve a resolution approving the extension of a second extension request of the preliminary development agreement with Corrigan Clark and Associates and JM Developers LLC for proposed residential development of the site commonly referred to as the Maplewood School property.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Director Simmons, please.
Thank you, Mayor, Village Board. The request this evening is just another extension to the existing development agreement or pre-development agreement that we have with the development team. As the board recalls, we did extend the agreement previously for a 90-day period to allow for additional time for the developer to finalize their construction costs and estimates for the project. They were able to do that and have submitted information to the village, which staff is currently continuing to review and negotiate with the development team on the potential final redevelopment agreement. So we basically are asking for the 60-day continuance from the staff's perspective to allow additional time for us to negotiate the terms of that agreement. Would allow for the time period that's necessary for our TIF consultant to assist with that review of the financial components of that package. And our intent would be to have a final agreement potentially for redevelopment of the property back before the board sometime in December at this point. So staff is comfortable with the progress that we're making at this point for the agreement. We'll get into the specific details as far as where we're at with the discussions from that standpoint, but the 60-day time period would be should be enough time for us to finalize that agreement and bring something back before the board for consideration. member of the development team is here as well if there are any questions that the developer or the board may have for the developer. But staff is recommending support of the 60-day extension as proposed.
Any questions, comments?
I just had one question, Brian. If you could clarify, this is a staff-driven request?
We've been working with the developer. We actually requested the developer because the existing 90-day expires next week. So to give staff and the developer more time to work together was a mutual agreement or request to submit for the request for the 60 days, but to allow us as staff more opportunity to review the information as presented. We are kind of driving it to add that extra 60 days for our due diligence to be completed.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Roll call, please.
McAlpine,
Yes.
Dudek,
Yes.
Persino,
Yes.
Walworth,
Yes.
Collier.
Yes.
Thank you. Moving to the staff reports, Assistant Administrator Radcliffe, anything from you?
No report tonight.
Chief Finland?
Nothing tonight.
Director Noonan?
Just a quick update that Spring Street is now open between West Main and Cary Street to vehicular traffic.
Thank you. Katie Ward?
Nothing tonight, thank you.
Director Simmons? Thank you. Any future agenda items in discussion by the village board? None said. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned at 6:22. Thank you.